it's your boy Shoku, and we have a problem. Now, I know what you're thinking, and I can assure you that the title of this video is not clickbait whatsoever. This actually has to do with a very real problem that we may or may not have to deal with, depending on what Namco decides to do. But my friend Joe, shout out to Joe, he linked me to a tweet from Hiroyuki. He goes by Kayame in Japan. I'm going to show you guys what's going on here. So basically what he showed off in his video on Twitter is that Mewtwo can use whatever projectile that is when he uses back Y or 2Y, whatever you want to call it. Whatever projectile that is, you can use Miracle Eye to power it up and then use another one immediately afterwards. So basically he can keep relentlessly doing those attacks. Now the reason that this is a problem is because if you block that projectile and he powers it up with Miracle Eye, you are still in block stun by the time he can cast another one of those projectiles. This means that you cannot drop your guard if you get hit by this projectile and you are blocking it. So it's a problem because he can keep doing it and you take block damage from these projectiles over and over and over again. And the worst part about this is your guard doesn't break from this. So the phase will never shift if you are blocking these moves, and you can't drop your guard, period. He loses his own health as well, but if a player is really dedicated to doing this to you, that's not really a problem for two reasons. So reason number one is that at the end of a match, the player with the higher percentage of HP left is the winner. They do that because not every Pokemon has the same amount of HP, but as we all know, Shadow Mewtwo has the least amount of HP. So if you both have 1 HP left from him doing this to you, and the time runs out, he wins automatically because he has more HP than you. The second reason is, as you can see, I have an EV support here. If I did decide to do this until the end of a match, I could easily just use Eevee and run away and be fine because I have more HP. So it's not really a problem that he loses his health in both of those scenarios. Now, normally I wouldn't make a video like this because I don't want to bring attention to something that's broken, but when I saw that tweet last night, it already had like 500 retweets and like 600 favorites. So what that tells me is that people definitely know about this. I'm sure it's all over the Pokken boards or whatever. People definitely know about this. And I wouldn't put it past some Shadow Mewtwo players to do something like this online because it's a free win. Of course they're going to do it. Now, they may or may not be scumbags or assholes, but I can't blame them for that because you're supposed to play to win. Something like this is in the game. It's not their fault. They didn't put it in the game. And I'm also sure that Bandai Namco didn't put this in the game on purpose. So it's just unfortunate that this exists because Shadow Mewtwo is already a problem, man. That character is good as fuck. And this is literally broken. Like, I know people like to throw the term broken around willy-nilly and very easily, but this is actually broken. Like, you cannot play the game if Shadow Mewtwo decides to do this to you. And the thing is, this is not difficult to do whatsoever. It's very easy. It's 2 buttons. You just press the same 2 buttons over and over again. It's not difficult whatsoever. It's not hard in the slightest. If it was hard to execute, and it was like damn near impossible to do in a real match, I'm sure nobody would care. But you're literally pressing 2 buttons, Y and A. It's very, very easy. If you don't believe me, go try it out. I mastered it in like 30 seconds. The timing was a little off at the beginning, but then all you do is just press that shit as fast as you can, and voila. Obviously, a TO would ban this. If they saw this in a tournament, they'd be like, nah, you can't do that. Or maybe they wouldn't. I don't know. It's in the game. But the thing is, it's a problem because nothing is stopping me from going online and doing this to somebody right now. I can go online right now and do this to somebody. So Namco, Bandai, you definitely need to fix this because this could definitely ruin a lot of people's playing experiences. They literally cannot play the game if they block that one move and Shadow Mewtwo decides to be a dick and keep doing it over and over again. So this needs to be patched. I suggest adding lag after Miracle Eye so that they can actually move after they block the Miracle Eye special. I'm assuming it has no lag because it takes some of his health. And obviously losing some of your health when you have that little HP is bad. So a lot of Shadow Mewtwo's moves are way too good because they use his health. And obviously it doesn't really make sense to give a move that's using your health lag because you already lost something that's way more important than being a little laggy, you know? So they definitely need to fix that. They need to maybe not make Miracle Eye take some of his health and add lag to that move. I think that would be a perfect fix just to stop the infinite. If you run into a Shadow Mewtwo and they are spamming that back Y to attempt doing this to you, I suggest counterattacking and dashing out of it rather than blocking it. See, but counterattacking, you can't always do that. It's a commitment sometimes because they can just run up and grab you. They can bait you to counterattack so that you dash out of it and then punish you with a homing attack afterwards. It's really stupid. But until they do patch this, I suggest you might even have to take the hit, honestly. But you definitely don't want to do that against Shadow because he's way too damn strong. So I suggest you either try to sidestep it or counterattack dash cancel it, because you definitely don't want this to happen to you. It's not fun to play against. Or, you know what? Fuck it, alright? Disconnect on his... No, I'm kidding. You can't disconnect because you'll lose your... Well, the money doesn't even matter. But if you disconnect, you still do take the loss. But, you know, you might be able to bring it back in rounds 2 and 3 if you don't get hit again with that. So, just be careful. That's what I'm trying to say here. Be careful. Don't disconnect, guys. I was just playing. And if I see any Shadow Mewtwo's doing this online, I'm coming over. Alright? I'll be there in the morning.